Hey, this your boy Diggaveli. Welcome back to the channel. And we have a really alarming video right here, guys, involving Antonio Brown, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. CTE is a real problem. And this video is a good example of that. Now, I know Antonio Brown likes to deny that he has it, but I'm pretty sure this video, man, is a clear-cut case of him having it, man. I just don't understand what makes him like this, or what would make him like this if it wasn't something like that. But you don't gotta listen to me, man. Let's go ahead and check out the video. It's pretty crazy, guys.
Let's get right into it. So, you said some things about CT. So let's talk about that. And we got a lot of topics. We got plenty of time, but a lot of people talk about that wild card game with Cincinnati Bengals. You remember the game where you got hit and everybody's seen that clip. It's uncomfortable to watch that clip. It's not easy for me to. I watched it earlier today.
Vontez Burfict.
Yeah, we can't forget
but
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys pick a point in the career that you guys think you could focus on a target or try to say that I'm. So you trying to say I'm diagnosed with CTE from a hit? Like I don't.
People are saying that.
No,
I know. So I'm saying. So people are saying I have CTE. But this is the same thing that killing players. We have players that recently just died from this issue. You know what I'm saying? That's what I just told you before we started.
Sure.
The same thing I walked off the field for that didn't want to get CTE. It's the same thing they put on me to say I got CTE to crazy. You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying so the criticism,
you feel me?
The criticism you're saying
Criticism
is that people
come with achievement. I don't mind criticism.
Sure.
What I do, I got the highest criticism.
Okay.
I'm a football player. When
Right.
you finish the game, commentators talk about it, families talk about it, they go home and watch it. It's on everyone. They gamble on it. They play. It's the biggest in the world. It's on every day of the TV, right?
But just to be fair, you're saying you're the same person you were before that hit and after the hit. So you didn't
That's what
feel
I'm
any
saying.
differences.
No, that's
with
what I'm
you.
telling you, sir. I just played football and won a Super Bowl. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. You guys get uncomfortable because you don't understand or you try to marginalize. Then you try to take me back to a moment that you think got me acting this way. Like, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Marginalize.
Yeah, you just picked. I got so many big moments in my career. I won the Super Bowl.
Right.
The best player that you guys call the GOAT called me to come help him win the Super Bowl.
Sure.
I'm the #1 receiver in the Steelers history.
Yeah, we
So
know that.
no, you don't know that because if you know that,
I just
why
said
would
you're
you
a
take me
7-time
back?
Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but that don't matter, sir. That's just the stats you read on Google.
But you just said yourself you're the best receiver that Brady called you.
Do y'all hear? Like, he doesn't make any sense. He's not even articulate at all, man. He just said because he's the best wide receiver and all that. Basically, what he's saying is because he's the best wide receiver, he the GOAT, all this other shit that Patrick Bet-David wasn't even supposed to ask him about that incident. That's basically what his logic is saying right now. This dude need help, man.
You're going back to
Exactly.
football.
Yeah, because you just went back to a moment in my football
only did
career that
because
you
you brought
said
it
it
up.
got a hit.
No,
I brought up CTE. So your point was I got hit in the point and maybe I got it.
Well, because
it's players that's died that got it, and you
Sure.
taking me to the point that actually
Sure.
do I got an issue that kill people when the league kill people?
because
you see?
when you
These guys
pull up
crazy.
when you pull up the stats on
He just goes on a rant about nothing and says this guy is crazy. Wow, man. That he really needs help, man.
when you pull
So
up.
what you saying? Every football player is signing up to get CTE, right? And if they don't
No.
perform to want to play or they don't act like you think they should act, you gonna go back to a moment when they got hit to say you got CTE because
No,
you're
I-
crazy.
See, nobody ever said that. Like, this makes you consider the whole sport of football, man. Like, damn, do I even want my kids playing this? Look how this guy's acting, man. He doesn't even make sense at all.
No, I will say
That's what I'm saying. So it's like my people
I was
no
in the
matter what we
military.
do, we damned if we do this, we do this. It's not.
Well-
I respect the military. This is not about the military, sir. This is about you and me having a positive conversation
And that's the idea.
amongst CTE. So I gave you a scenario saying, yo, if a player's signing up to get CTE and I
Mm-hmm.
walked off the field because I didn't want CTE, and you go back to the moment where you think
Who signs up for CTE?
I got hit and may have CTE. You see what I'm saying?
I'm asking you a
know what I'm
question
saying?
for you to give your position. It's very simple
not asking
because
me a question.
when I joined the military, I had
It's
a
not
risk.
the military. This football.
I'm giving you my situation. If you want to know you said you want to learn about me as well. So I'll tell you a little bit here. When I joined the military, there was a risk. And the risk was
This ain't the military though, sir. This is a football. This is a
military. You get killed. In football, you could get hurt, and people get killed due to CTE. So I'm asking if there was in your career, if you look at injuries, what we can see.
We don't look at injuries in the career. We look at highlights, moments.
I shared that earlier.
Winnings, earnings.
I shared all of that. I shared all of that
You
earlier.
didn't share none of it, man. You just said I got hit and by a guy that you thought everybody get hit. It's football, bro. Just like the Army.
So in other words, it didn't do anything for you. You were the same before as you were
I got CTE.
afterward.
That's what you guys gonna say because I'm not conforming to you.
I'm not
conforming to you.
CTE.
To be fair,
Conforming? What is he talking about? Who asked him to conform anything? They asked him about an incident in his career. This ain't a good look for Antonio Brown, man. I doubt people will want him on their podcast and do interviews with him when he act like this, man. Getting all aggressive and offensive. They just asked you a simple question, man. And this isn't rational thinking or logical at all, man. So it leaves the question, man, does he have CTE? And in my opinion, it's looking like he does, man.
I don't care what you guys say what I got. You know, you guys are going to say what I got anyway. You just say what I got. You took me back to a moment of a hit that you thought that may give me CTE. I'm a football player. I took millions of hits, sir. Millions of hits. But that's the only moment you seem to focus on because you want to irrationalize my being.
But that's the only game.
You irrationalizing my being, man. I am a superhero. I made it from Liberty City.
Sure.
I'm an example. I am the light. I am hope. I am motivation. When I walk out here, people get excited. You know, it's not about what you write or what you think or what you say because you don't understand. You're not from where I'm from. You don't view the world that I view it. You don't go through what I go through. You don't get the same opportunities I get. You don't get compressed the same way I get compressed. You don't get hated upon and written upon and ridiculed or criticized or made a fool out of. You see what I'm saying? You keep poking the bear, then the bear poke back, then I'm crazy, right? So you saying if I play football, I'm going to die of CTE, but if
This dude has completely lost it, man. He's putting all type of shit in people's mouth they never said, they never insinuated or nothing, man. This shit is creepy.
I don't play football, I got CTE because I act in a rational way that people may not understand.
You're saying that. We're not saying that. Nobody
I just was talking to you for 5 or 10 minutes. You took me back to a highlight of my career when I got hit.
Because you brought up
I got
CTE.
many highlights. I got a score in the touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Sure. Beautiful play. And
AB.
we saw it. I saw it live.
AB, let's get.
I thought it was
what
a
I'm
great
saying?
play. I thought it
Let's
was a
get
great play. Hang on one
Yes,
second.
sir. Yes, sir.
I thought it was a great play, but I want to isolate this concern and move on from this CT. Very simple. So to isolate the CT concern, I brought up. You said CT. I brought it up. You're saying the concussion that
I'm
you got in
saying
your
I walked
career.
off the field, man. I didn't say nothing about the concussion. I said football players
Right.
are signing up for CTE. That's why I walked off the field. I don't want CTE. I made that clear. Did you not understand that?
So that means that that incident never got you CT.
Bro, listen, it's not about the incident. It's about me walking off the field, bro. I'm at the time of this year walking off the field, bro. You're taking me back to 2015 of a hit of CTE.
Yeah.
I'm living in this time and telling you in real time. I'm here looking you in your eyes to tell you I walked off the field from not getting CTE. And you guys say I got CTE because of a hit. You see what I'm saying?
I never
So no
said
matter
you got
what I
CTE.
do or what we do in the
Man, I say the dude got CTE. Because no rational person even talks like this. Or insinuates the stuff that he's saying. It's just not logical, man. It doesn't make sense.
America, you are marginalized in our position.
Yeah. That's how you
I
process
need
it.
ownership. Yeah, that's how I process
You
it.
process it as I'm marginalizing you.
You trying, you can't marginalize me.
How could I marginalize you?
You just try to marginalize my existence.
I'm asking
right
you
now.
a question. If
not
my,
a
okay, so let me put it to you. Let
It's not a
me
question.
maybe let me tell you selfishly why I'm asking that question from you, and see if you can hear the selfish question
Nah,
that
it's
I
good.
got
I made
for
a
you.
point, man. The point.
Okay,
made.
I'm gonna ask you my selfish question here. I got a 9-year-old son. Okay, he's an athlete. He loves playing sports.
Yeah.
I'm in LA last week. One of my best friends from high school, he played football. Okay, Henry. And it's me, him, my wife, and Mario having a conversation. My son loves the game of football. His mother, my wife, doesn't want him to play football. But when we're in the backyard wanting to play any sports, this guy wants to play football.
Yeah.
So when I talk to guys who played in the NFL, and this guy's a pretty athletic guy, my kid, is I want to find out what the risk is of a guy playing football or not. So maybe for you, if you said something, you said, I think you said this 3 weeks ago, the next time I play football is going to be with my son. I think you said this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So from a father to you, would you recommend a son, 9 years old, who has aspirations to want to play football, would you encourage a kid to still play football knowing the risk could be CTE?
I mean, I encourage your kid to, do what's best for them. Do what makes them the most happy, but understand the risk. A lot of people in opposition, and I don't know how your kid was raised. Obviously, you probably a successful guy, so you don't have to play football to change his life or, to make a difference. In my situation, I'll tell your son, don't play football. Is it worth it? Is it worth it sacrificing your health, sacrificing your mind, and not having a life? But if you choose to be great, every kid get a chance to pick their own life. You just their dad, you lead them and help them make decisions and just educate them on what they're getting into. But most of the times, black is the majority of players that play. They from the low-income housing. It's mostly guys that look like me. So like you said, they from Liberty City, so they had to, be the modern-day gladiators. College is the...
Now, I agree with a lot of what he's saying, man. He was actually making sense right there, a lot of sense, man. But, everything is still a choice. Like, that might be what you see as the easiest route for you, especially if you're good at football and stuff. You might see that as the easiest route for you, but, it's not for everybody. And that still shouldn't take away from people not wanting to be successful in life just because you don't see yourself going a certain route you see other people going. It's okay to not be a professional athlete. It's okay to be a professional in other stuff other than sports, man. And that's what we have to start pushing on these kids, especially with risks like this. Like, come on, it's been NFL players with CTE just killed their family, killed their parents, killed kids, and all other type of stuff. If you can choose any job course that's better than that, I'd do it. The money is great, but money doesn't mean everything to everybody.
Modern day corporation players, they don't care if you go to school. They just want you to play so they can make money. So really, man, we just,
Facts.
it's like a modern day Hunger Game for my people, It's like we been in trade-offs and like, can't see the real value.
So you...
But then again, like I said, it's always a choice. Nobody's forcing you to do any of that stuff, man. Nobody's holding a gun to you, making you do any of that stuff, man. It's all personal choice.
have 4 kids, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I got 6 kids.
Okay. How many sons do you have?
5.
5 sons.
Yeah.
Do any one of them want to follow their father's footsteps, play football?
Of course. Maybe all of them.
And you're okay with if they play football?
As long as they know the repercussions of what is coming with educating themselves.
I
So
respect
for me,
that.
if they want to be great, we fight them to whatever the best to protect them. But
It's tough to do it because if they want to do it, how you tell them not to do it? It's
so
not
you tell them the repercussions
Exactly.
of the guys.
Yeah.
That's what happened. God bless Demarius Thomas players. That's Vincent Jackson. The list goes on. You
Yeah.
just said.
And now what's crazy is that Antonio Brown is getting back to the point that Patrick David was just making. He's basically just going right back to the point he was making, man. You should want to spread the information about this. And he just completely tried to shut down about it, man. He's contradicting himself, man. And it's sad to see because Antonio Brown's a great athlete, man. And, I don't know him as a person, but he always just seemed entertaining, man. It's just sad to see, this happen to certain people, man. And I think he really needs help.
A linebacker, my God,
Sayout,
Junior.
Yeah.
Plenty of guys, but no one wants to talk about it. The doctors get brushed off for it, so it's
He
like
just try to talk about it.
they scratch it, and then if you walk off and be like AB, then you got CTE.
So AB question. So if you go back,
It's like you damn if you do, damn if you not. It's like,
but if you go back and you were coming up, say you're 17 years old.
man, I come up in Liberty City, man. We come up for survival. This Liberty City, you know what's come from there.
Yeah.
Drug dealers, game bangers, killers. If
No
you're not
question.
smart and
Yeah.
disciplined and dedicated to changing your life and got some type of talent there to play football,
Right.
you're done.
If you knew what you know now, would
What you mean if you knew, bro? I'm in survival mode. What you mean? It ain't about what you know. It's about your situation you in.
Right. But
You know what I mean?
would you have gone hip hop or
About
would you
what you
gone
know.
football?
Come on, man. I'm a football player. My dad was a great player. My dad is touchdown Eddie Brown. It's in my
know
blood,
it
it's
is,
in my
yeah.
genes to be a football player. So don't ask me what you think I'll be. It's only small margin in the trap areas
I
we
asked-
from.
See, now he's being disrespectful and getting all back crazy, man.
It's not a lot of opportunities where we from. In the low income housing. You ever been to Liberty City? You probably didn't. Your friends just told you imagination. So you couldn't imagine it. You couldn't fathom it and you never seen it.
Yeah, but I'm
Somebody
from
painted
LA.
the picture.
I'm from LA, and so I grew
understand.
up in
Every
a
hood got a
welfare
hood.
kid. Yeah, I'm
It's
a
okay.
welfare
I'm not
kid.
saying
It's
that
not
you've been to LA. This is Liberty
Yeah.
City, my boy. This is gang violence, John Doe, known drug violence that got life sentence. This is like drug criminal Like, you know,
when you grow up in Iran and you get bombed on, it's
man,
not a
you
lot.
grew up in LA, man. Don't try to sell me
I
on
live
no
in Iran
trauma
10
you
years,
did.
got bombed
You was
167
in the
times
army,
in a
man.
day.
You made
Yeah.
the decision to do that. You ain't have to survive.
No, I was
to
born
do
in
that.
Iran. I didn't have a choice to be
You
there.
had the decision to go to the army, sir.
I
You
did.
made
He just told you he's from Iran, and when he was a kid over there, he was getting bombed daily. And this dude, Antonio Brown, just told him it was a choice. Wow.
That was
by choice,
no,
not because your life you had to make a
that
life.
was afterwards when I was in the States. When I
Grew
was
up in
born
LA,
Iran,
man. You was a suburban kid.
0 to 10, I lived in Iran. 2 years in Germany, refugee camp. Then I came to the States.
I'm
So
saying
I'm
how you
asking
was
you-
growing up. It's okay how you grew up. It's not a
Parents
bad
got
thing.
a divorce. I was a welfare child. I was a 1.8 GPA kid. You're not talking to a guy that grew up
It
in a
don't
rich
matter
family.
who we talk to, sir.
Yeah.
Rich, poor, don't matter. Whoever you is, be
Sure.
true to yourself. That's
Well, all I'm
about.
saying to you is you're not talking to a guy that doesn't understand what it is to
I
be in
can
the
talk
streets.
to anyone,
Yeah,
man. I'm not in the streets. You don't understand what it's like to be Liberty City, man. You can't fathom.
Sure, and I could say the same thing about being in Iran. But the question I'm asking is the following question.
What's the question?
If you knew what you knew, could you have made
Sir,
it as
listen,
an
man,
artist?
my dad was a football player. I can make it at anything I do.
He just compared growing up in Miami to being worse than growing up in Iran getting bombed on the daily, man. This shit is screaming CTE, bro.
And let's get that clear, kids. You could do anything. Don't let the world, people marginalize you or what you can't do. They said I couldn't be a rapper. You see what it is. I'm doing it. They said I walked out the field. I was crazy. I had CTE. Now they doing the CTE dance. So it's like, you know, I don't want to change nothing in my life, man. I'm grateful for the point I'm at. I would just like to make the world a better place for everybody living. And for we to have, you know, not a diatribe, but a dialogue, you know. And we having a dialogue. I know you're a little uncomfortable, but it's a little uncomfortable for us. Imagine how we feel constantly having to go through that. You know what I mean? God from Liberty City changed his life, work hard, and work his way at the top.
No, I'm very
I wasn't the
comfortable.
first round
Yeah.
guy.
But why is he attributing his NFL criticism to how he grew up? He's putting that all in one. Like, you're successful, you have millions of dollars and stuff, bro. What are you still like? Oh, what we had what's your sad story at this point, man? A lot of us grow up in these uneducated areas where we're not given the right information, man. So we grow up slummed out in the ghettos. But what's your excuse to still act like this? Act like you're so oppressed, man. Like, he really needs help, man. Anybody around him that care about him need to get him help, man.
I said it's uncomfortable. I know you comfortable. It's an uncomfortable situation.
It's totally fine with me. I
I'm
enjoy
not
this.
saying that you're
Yeah.
uncomfortable, man. We're not trying to make. I respect you, man. I got respect for my elders. I'm not
Likewise.
trying to minimize your role or come at you. I'm just having dialogue right now.
Same here.
You know,
Yeah.
you're making it a diatribe where it's like we're trying to, you know, like it's not a battle. I'm just trying to make you understand the frustration of what we got to go through. And it seemed like you got some frustration too because you've been through it too. So you should understand it a little per se.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click.
All I can say is wow.
Before you
man.
watch
All
this
I can say is
exclusive
wow.
interview with Andrew Tate,
Like, that's all I can say, man. Dude needs help. He really needs help, man. Like, incredible, man. He didn't make sense. Like, most of the interview, he didn't make sense, man. But I just wanted to do a video on that, man, because that really, I had checked a little bit of it out yesterday, man. It just really blew me how he was talking, man. And I didn't know he was, I didn't know he was going through it that bad, man. You know, I just heard about the stuff that happened in Albany with the football team, him pulling the rifle on people and stuff. But, you know, now, all that stuff come out of left field. But now once you watch interviews like this, you actually see him interacting and stuff, man. I think he needs help, man. But y'all seen it like I seen it, man. Another crazy one, man. I'm out.